Yeah, welcome to another episode of Artco Drone Solutions. This is a special show. I'm calling it the COVID-19 special. Yes, everything is shut down. It looks like Arvada City has shut down. All the city buildings are closed. That means the municipal court, uh, City Hall is closed, and all the libraries and rec centers are closed. Same with Westminster. Denver, the mayor of Denver just ordered a shutdown of all bars and restaurants after, I think, right now. So I wonder how that's going to affect those folks. Hey, Jody, welcome to the show. Got a special show we're going to talk about. Boy, this COVID 19 is really getting going. I just saw the opening bell of the market. It was down 2,000 points this morning, and hopefully it bounces back. Boy, it's affecting everything. The governor of Colorado ordered all the ski resorts closed. So it's going to really affect the country. Now, I think what's going to happen is the president plus Congress going to work together, and they're going to put out a stimulus package to kind of take the roughness out of this pandemic that's going on that's really affecting the country. So grocery stores are still going nuts. Michael Blade, welcome. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Here I am. I'm 60 years old. I've never seen anything like this. Uh, we've had bird flu, we've had SARS, we've had, I mean, before I was born, there was the polio scare. And Vidar, welcome to the show. Yes, it is tragic. I just found out one of my vlogger friends that I follow, Will Dosovich, he was almost stuck in Davao, Mindanao, and he lives in Manila. And luckily, he was able to get a flight back to Manila before the city was shut down. The president of the Philippines has ordered all air and sea travel to stop. So the only thing that's moving are, people that are driving or taking buses. And I think even those are probably going to shut down. But they're having huge, uh, well, actually, the traffic is pretty light on the freeways because everything is shut down. Wow, that's sad, Michael. I'll post that. One of her nurse friends she works together, wow, tested positive for the virus. But here's the thing about the virus. Uh, if you're in good health, you know it's just the flu. You're going to be sick for a week or two, and you'll be fine. But if you have a compromised immune system, like the elderly and the very young, and those that are sick, they're going to be really affected by this virus. Fortunately for me, I have a pretty good immune system, although 3 years ago I did have pneumonia and the flu. And tell you that sucked. And that was a month before my trip to the Philippines. So Manila is on lockdown right now. And uh, Will Dosovich, he lives in the Rockwell Towers in Makati, Philippines, which is a suburb of Manila. It's part of the Manila metro area. And they had one death in his condo unit there in the building. So that's scary. But his mom, fortunately, she was able to get out of Manila, get back to Mindoro. That's her home, is right there. Her mom lives in San Jose, which is on the southwest side of that island. AZ Drone Dude, welcome to the show. Yeah, if you take care of yourself, you'll be fine. I mean, you'll feel like crap for a while, and you'll bounce back from. But timeless truths, welcome to the show. I am on vacation this week. I was supposed to be in Florida. I was going to visit Mitch, old guy on a drone. I was going to spend about a week with him flying drones and doing some fishing. So today I had to get crutch tips for one of my crutches. I had blowout on it, really weird blowout. Normally the bottom of the crutch will wear out and the tip of the crutch will poke through, but this time it broke in half. And I've never had a crutch tip do that. So I had to run down to medical supply place that not too far from here and bought a pair of crutch tips. So I'm good to go. But on the way back, I went out and scouted out this lake that I drive by all the time. And I knew it was a private lake, but there is an open space area on the western end of the lake. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll go scout that out for possible places to fish. I get there, walking around the edge of the pond, and there are signs saying private lake, no trespassing. Fishing, swimming, and boating by special permit only. Uh, because it looked like a good place for some carp fishing. That's my other channel is my fishing channel, and I specialize in carp and catfish. But I'm working on going in May. I've got a week's of vacation in May, so I will go then. I just sent an email to Frontier Airlines saying, hey, this is what happened. And so hopefully they'll work something out and I'll be able to go. I'm sure they'll work something out because of this virus. I mean, it's just a big thing that's happening. So this morning I watched a video from Will Dosovich and his sister, Haley. She's stuck in Slovenia. And it looks like she won't be able to get back to the States. And his dad is trying to get back to San Francisco. Yes, I'm going to try and do some fishing today. The next couple days are supposed to be nice and warm in the low to mid 60s, which is cool. And go do some fishing, get some video then, get some drone flying in because next weekend we're they're expecting rain on Friday and Saturday. So that's what I'm doing. So I've set out some invites to come into the panel, and maybe those folks are they're probably busy. Anyway, I wanted to show you this gadget I've got, and this is a fish sonar thing, and it's called Deeper, and it's a fish finder. Right now, I'm charging it up, and it's like about the size of a tennis ball. You screw this on here, and what you do is you put a line, and there's these attachments where you have an eyelet that screws in, and you cast it out in the water, and it's like a fish finder, a sonar thingy. And there's an app that I can put on my phone or on my tablet. I have it on my tablet right now, and it gives water temperature, and it shows you, the depth of the water and any fish that are out there. So this will be handy for when I go fishing, because I want to find out what the water temperature is. If it gets up above 40 degrees, and the fish will be starting to move and start. Number one, they'll start to feed from the winter kind of hibernation, and they'll get ready for spawning season, which will be in the next month. Oh, free to laugh. That's funny. I like that. Does it go off when you pass McDonald's flesh? Yeah. So there are a few places close to my house that I could go fishing. And basically, what my fishing channel is about is it's about disabled people getting out and going fishing and enjoying the outdoors, and to do more urban fishing, because there are a lot of places not far from where you live that are potential places for fishing. Like here where I live, there are a lot of ponds and small lakes and creeks that contain fish. And so I'm doing kind of the urban fishing channel. Uh, but I've got the niche of catfish and carp, because they're usually found everywhere. Uh, in the case of Florida, you've got water just about everywhere, and the potential of catching fish is pretty good there. And what's interesting about Florida is now you have invasive species involved in there, because people are dumping their aquarium fish into canals, ponds, rivers, creeks, whatever. And Florida is warm enough for these tropical fish to survive and thrive. So now you got fish like Oscars, red-tailed catfish, plecos, uh, cichlids of all kinds, tilapia. Not good thing about tilapia is they're edible, so you can eat those. And there's peacock bass, which are native to South America, and other fish. Oh, air ones. Yeah, those are those long, narrow fish, and they feed off the surface, and they'll eat just about anything. African clown fish, clown knife fish. And they get pretty big out in the wild, so those will be fun to catch. And, oh, and packers too. And some people they dump piranhas in there, but fortunately, uh, they get eaten up by other fish. So it's not a huge problem in Florida. So just wanted to do a special show and kind of build up my watch hours here. And I would really like your help to go to my playlist at Artco Drone Solutions. And what you do is you go to the playlist and just hit play all, and just mute the sound and let it go. And that'll help build up my watch hours. And I've been checking my analytics, and some of you out there are really helping out. So, hey, I see. So let's see if I get Steve on and maybe Sean from Geeksvana. Okay, cool. See if I'll let Tomas know that I'm live. Okay, cool. If we get a few more people in and watching the show, cool. So that's basically what's been happening. I'm later on today. I'm going to fly my little FPV that everybody's been bugging me to go do, and then get some flying time in. And maybe later this afternoon, I'll take the RoboMaster. Oh, I've got some video of the RoboMaster that it's almost done. All I have to do is finish it up, upload it, and what I did that video was a product review on this controller for it. And frankly, I am not too crazy about it because uh, part of it does not, well, it doesn't work as well as it should because it takes too much stuff. It should be that, okay, this is how it works. This is to make the RoboMaster go forward and backwards and side to side. This is supposed to help you turn the RoboMaster. And in order to do that, you gotta hold this down and then push the toggle. And just really funky on how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how well I'm doing on my YouTube channel. Switch accounts. Do, 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 do. Hey, we got 8 people watching. That's cool. COVID-19 shut-in special. Drone shots. Oh, hey, Steve. I sent you a link, Steve, so would love to have you on. Here's the link if anybody would like to jump in, be part of the panel, and be that'd be kind of cool. Do 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 do. Steve Mack, driving and listening. Cool. StreamYards, and hopefully Steve could jump in unless he's at work right now. So decided to do this, and oh, there he is.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Steve.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Just
Good.
wish I was in Florida instead.
Yeah, I just found out my son-in-law and my stepdaughter, they were due to fly to England, and obviously they're not going to England
Yeah.
where he's from. So they're grounded.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, like I don't know if you caught it, but the Philippines is on lockdown now.
Yeah.
I mean, just about everywhere is on lockdown. I don't know about South America though.
Yeah. I haven't heard too much from
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
But I know, like you're saying, the Philippines and even most of Europe is starting to shut down
Yeah.
their own countries down, not just the United States
Right.
shutting them down from coming in. So it's interesting, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even Mexico is talking about closing the border with the United States. Imagine that.
Oh, gee whiz! There you go. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tomas, thanks for coming in.
Hello, Tomas. How are you?
Well, earlier, one of the YouTubers that I followed, Will Dosovich, he was down in Davao City, Mindanao, and he got the message that Manila may be shutting down. So he hurried up and he was able to get a flight and get back to Manila, got to his condo, and found out one of his neighbors passed away.
Oh,
Yeah. So there was one confirmed case in his condo building. So, yeah.
that's a shame.
Yeah. And his sister, Haley, looks like she's going to be stuck in Slovenia.
Oh,
Yeah.
for how long? Any ideas?
I mean, it could be 2, maybe 4 weeks. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know they had a news broadcast that I watched of a gal from Florida, not Florida, from Colorado, your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
She was a nurse returning back from Hawaii, and she was there for a conference for a couple of weeks with her husband. And she started getting some nose sniffling situations. And the day they were going to leave, she was just not feeling the best in the world. But then during the flight coming home, she started getting these really sharp aches and pains in her joints and her
Oh,
muscles
boy.
and everything. And when they did get back to Colorado, then she got home and she just kind of laid low, thinking, this is just fatigue from the flight and everything. Um, and I guess they had a pretty hectic schedule according to the article. And the next day she went to go get up and she couldn't even hardly move. So she asked her husband to take her to the emergency room.
Right.
And that's when they found out that she did have
Oh boy.
the virus. I won't say which one because I don't want you to get nailed on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but she talked through it. She says, "Yeah, except for the fever, she had a fever. It was achy." And what was interesting, she had some really hallucinogenic dreams, like nightmares,
Wow.
during the time.
Interesting. Wow. Now
Uh,
I had the flu 3 years ago on top of pneumonia, and boy, I that was the worst I had ever felt because I was just so tired, and because I have sleep apnea, that my oxygen level kept dipping down
yeah.
to about 80%, and I was just so lethargic that they gave me some vaccine and all
Mhm.
that stuff, and they had me on an oxygen concentrator. So I had the thing under my nose for
Nasal
about a
cannula.
week. Oh boy. Yeah, but luckily I got over it, and I was able to get to the Philippines a month later.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yep.
Hello, Mel.
Hey Mel, welcome to the show. He's
Lunch break.
watching from his phone. Good. I'm glad somebody's got the notification bell on there.
You know what? I didn't come up on the YouTube notification, but I've got your notification. That you sent me, and
Right?
I'm looking back now. There is no notification. Oh, there it is. It finally came in, and it says you started 26 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yep. Uh, well, it could be that this whole virus and stuff is affecting the internet because there's so much traffic going on because
Right.
everybody's stuck at home. And they're like going, gee, let's do some binge watching
Mhm.
on the net or something.
Well, it's like drone effects with Claude. Drone effects with Claude. His
Right?
his wife with her company, she deals with everything from the U.S. over to their um, facilities in China. So she's up early in the morning. She
Oh,
starts
I.
really early in the morning. So they shut down their facilities in Michigan, and she's working from home.
Uh huh. Yeah, I remember the other day he was kind of complaining because he was getting some buffering because his son was online and she was online. I think you were on that panel there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also he's off now till the April 6th for delivery of vehicles. They
That,
uh, they shut them down. They don't want anybody there. At first they were going to tell everybody you have to stay outside the facilities and we'll bring you the keys and the paperwork and then you'll take off and go to do your delivery.
right.
But then when you get there, you have a driver and another person picking you, a driver to
Ah,
pick that person up that's
right.
dropping off that vehicle. And it's just like, you know what? Just a little common sense.
Yeah. Hmm.
I know we don't know exactly what this virus can do,
Yeah.
but when I know and I read the reports that there's been over 20,000 deaths
Wow.
just this flu season in the United States,
Right.
nowhere else. Okay, the
Hmm.
whole world doesn't even have anywhere near that
Yeah.
for this virus that's going around.
Right.
And flu season 2017, 2018, which jumps into the year,
Yeah.
there were almost 80,000 deaths in the U.S.
Uh-huh.
2.4 million people had to seek medical hospital attention. and
Wow.
over 26 million people came down with the influenza.
Wow.
So why every year aren't we doing this same thing?
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's crazy.
And I know we've got to find out more about it, but
hmm
this panic, I think, is just going a little bit overboard.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think a lot of it is the media because they hate Trump
Yeah.
and they want to talk it up and they
They
figure,
want
oh,
to crash.
we'll drive down the economy and then we'll all blame it on Trump. Trump had nothing to do with this flu. It's just one of those things that happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't care who's the president. Nobody batted an eye when we had SARS during Obama.
hmm
And I think we'll find out that this is probably just as deadly as the SARS was.
Yeah. And it can be because this is a strain,
Right.
offshoot of the original coronavirus, which has been around for almost 200 years.
Wow.
And it's just another strain of it. And where it came from, everybody's blaming everybody now.
Yep. hmm Yep.
I'll send you a video that my cousin sent me to give you a good laugh.
Okay.
It looks like it's a drug deal, but it's a deal to pick up some toilet paper and Purell.
Oh, okay. Well, someone posted a picture of that they were at a strip club, and instead of dollar bills, they were pieces of toilet paper.
Oh, well, I know it was bad here. It started about 2 weeks ago that my cousin went down to our local Costco,
Yeah.
and my sister was going down to pick up some bottled water that they use for my mom,
Right.
and couldn't find any of that particular water because they're coming in big bottles instead of the
Right.
smaller bottles. It was like all the large bottles and stuff were gone, and now they put limitations on how much you can buy as far as toilet paper,
Uh,
um, hand sanitizer, and
right.
um, what I'm surprised is how much paper towels are not going over. Because if anything, even when you wash your hands and you do it well, you dry your hands on a towel.
Yeah.
There's going to be a certain amount of bacteria because, especially if you're in a family,
Right.
there's not going to be those that wash their hands that well. The bacteria stays on the towel. Paper towel, you toss it away, and you've eliminated that chance of the bacteria of cross contamination.
Well, I like what Tomas said. There's going to be a lot of new babies in 9 months, but
I
get this: they'll be known as the coronial generation.
I heard that on your show yesterday. You brought that up. Or the other one is, remember the days of like Dragnet and all the old TV shows and
Yep.
movies? They'd white chalk the outline of a dead body on the ground.
Yep.
This guy was laying down and it was outlined with all these empty Corona bottles all the way around. He goes, I'm out from the virus. I'm out from the Corona.
Well, I saw one where the guy had Corona bottle caps all over his face, and he said, "Oh, I got the Corona virus."
Uh, excuse me.
Yep. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I'm stuck here in Colorado, and we got a couple more nice days before the next cold front's coming through.
Yep.
So I'm gonna try and get some fishing in. Today I did a little scouting for some potential spots. Turns out, even though there's an open space area on the west end of the lake,
Mhm.
can't fish there.
Why?
Well, it's a private lake. You would
Oh.
think if there's an open space area, you'd be able to fish there,
Hmm.
as long as you're not on anybody's property.
Sorry about that. Telemarketing.
Oh, yeah.
So
So,
it's a private lake, so you have no access to it then.
well, only by special permit only.
Oh,
So
okay.
I gotta find out how to get one, and because it's like really close to where I live, and it looks like a good spot to catch some big carp and maybe some catfish.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Some
because
good eating catfish would be tasty.
yeah, yeah. My fishing channel is basically a carp and catfish channel,
Hmm.
but it's more about disabled people going out and go fishing and do some urban fishing, because you'll be surprised how close there's some productive fishing places around that are
Hmm.
close by.
Yeah, and how much fun you can have doing it.
That's
That's the
right.
whole.
hmm And now the ice is gone off most of the lakes here down the lower elevations up in the mountains. It's still frozen over. Uh, so once the water gets up above 40 degrees, then
Right.
the fish will start being active. They'll start feeding and getting ready for the spawning season.
Right.
Mhm. I just saw a video over the weekend. Guy from Colorado. He was fishing at a lake just south of where I live, and he was catching some crappie. I think the biggest one he caught was 8 inches.
Hmm.
And so, you get some of these warm days and it warms up that water. The fish will start getting active. So in April, that's when things will really start to heat up. May will be really good for fishing. Mhm.
Well, that'll be good. Well, we're going to be sending some more of that precipitation your way. We got rain coming again in here tonight,
Yeah, we're
uh,
supposed.
and tomorrow, and then off and on throughout the whole week, and then another system coming in on the weekend.
Right.
Talk about a late start to the rainy season.
Yeah. hmm And we're supposed to get some rain here Friday, and possibly get some snow. I mean, it gets snow as late as June down here in
Mhm.
Denver.
Well, John's asking you a question. What's the name of your fishing
Oh,
channel?
it's called
Oh, John.
Art's Place Fishing Channel. Yeah, I'll put that in the. If I spell it right. There we go. There you go. And that channel is actually growing fairly well. I'm over 300 subs right now, and I'm
In fact,
hoping
here's the
to.
link. I'll put the link in there for you.
That'd be awesome.
There you go.
And hopefully, I get over 1,000 subs this year and get that channel monetized. Oh, hey, Hugh, welcome to the show. And Tom of Ten Toes.
Good afternoon, Hugh. Yeah, I just watched Hugh's video he posted up.
Oh, cool.
Hello, Ten Toes.
Yeah. And yeah, so I know I was looking at my analytics on Artco, and I noticed my uh, watch hours starting to build up. So I'm like really excited about that. So
I went through and played them all.
awesome. Yep. Yeah, especially if you do the live streams, which are between 1.5 and 2 hours long, and you just let those run. Boy, I think in the last 28 days, I got 400 hours,
Yeah.
almost 500 hours.
It was about 2 weeks ago. I had it running while I was watching some other stuff and watching yours. I
Yeah,
mean, I've seen majority of yours, but then go back and play them again so you get the additional watch
yeah.
hours.
Well, I updated the playlist and added uh, more of the live streams into the live stream playlist.
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
Still no toilet paper at the store. I'm sorry, Steve.
Well, I went shopping yesterday. One of the things that they've got a shortage is spaghetti sauce. So the sauce that I like, they didn't have, so I bought the store brand uh,
Hmm.
spaghetti sauce. So I'm going to make some spaghetti tonight. And what else did they have? Oh, a lot of the meats are really low because they were. And I went in at like 8 a.m. and they were just starting to stock up the hamburgers and stuff like that. And I needed cereal, so what I did is I went and got the other stuff done. Went back to the meat aisle, and they were putting the hamburger out there, and I asked for the 80/20 uh, hamburger and got that. And what else were they? They were low on toilet paper, and bottled water was another one, and certain vegetables were, were really low on.
And unfortunately, with all this panicking that's going on, that's going to affect the supply chains everywhere.
Yeah,
You know, because here in California, especially in our Central Valley, we produce such a huge amount of food for the nation.
right. Hmm.
And the other part of it being in is how much comes in from Mexico.
Yeah,
People don't realize how much of their food comes across that border from Mexico into California and
right.
other states around the nation.
Hmm.
And it's going to start hitting now. And you're seeing the slow up. Oh, my cousin Logan's in the house.
Oh, okay.
Good afternoon, Logan. Yeah, it's we've had it here. My wife went to we have what they call Trader Joe's
Yeah.
stores here,
Yeah,
and
we just got one here in Denver.
a lot of the shelves were empty,
Right,
and I think that has to do mainly because of supply for them because they're so concentrated on their own supply chain that they have.
right. And a lot of the grocery stores have extended their hours too.
Yeah.
They're open at 7 a.m. and I think they close at like 8 p.m.
Well, we're lucky here. Most of our major, I'll call them supermarkets, like uh, Vaughn's, which is part of Ralph's, a Safeway food,
Right,
Safeway chain. They own the Vaughn's and Pavilions markets here in Southern California. Ralph's, where else? We have, trying to think of the other market over here. Stater Brothers. They're open 24 hours a day.
yeah, yeah. We have a few stores that are open 24 hours. Yeah, we've got. Let's see. Well, we've got the Walmart superstores and the Target superstores. Yeah,
Yeah, same here, Logan. The Walmarts and the Targets close down here at either 10 or 11 p.m.
right. Hmm. Yeah,
But they open up at around 9. I think either 8 or 9. They open up fairly early.
right. Hmm.
It, as they say, with this and as time goes, everything will hopefully start to settle down, and the
Hey,
toilet,
there's
the
hopes in
toilet paper panic and shortage will finally
right.
be overcome. Good afternoon, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, and smash that like button, please. Yeah, Tater and a couple other fans have been binge watching the shows. They've been playing the playlists and building up the watch hours. I want to thank all you guys that are doing that. For that's really helping out
Mm-hmm.
because I see that progression where it's going up, and I'm like, yeah,
The last 30 days, I'm showing you a 2.10K of watched videos in the last 30 days.
oh cool.
How many videos have you posted in the last 30 days? Let's see what it's showing there. You've got 5 videos you've posted in the last 30 days.
Yeah. Well, pretty soon I'm going to have another RoboMaster video out in it. And I'm really surprised that that one RoboMaster video is really getting a lot of views
Uh-huh.
because it's over 500 views right now, and that's been up about a month now.
Yeah, and it's showing you 57 new subs in the last 30 days.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's good,
Hmm.
especially the view hours.
Yep. Yeah, I'm at 1,300 viewers right now. Subs.
Uh-huh.
I mean subs. Yeah.
Lunchtime, Chris? Yeah, it's work time for you,
Yeah.
or or travel time.
So I've been going to some of the other network channels on YouTube, like Tree Trimmer 82, and even Mine's vlog. She's out of Taiwan, and I picked up a few views from her show.
Hmm.
Yep. And oh, Ralph's Trucking is another one, and oh, there's Island Life Fishing. He does a kind of a network thing on his channel.
Hmm.
So I kind of switch back and forth between Artco and Art's Place Fishing, and I think I'm going to start doing the Art's Place and start building that up.
Yeah, what one thing that would help you. I mean, you go on with your shows on Arco, is if you can. I think the one thing that'll help your channel and bring you more views is posting more content.
Yeah, and with being stuck here for a week, I'll be able to put out more content.
Yeah, and you know what? Post some of your stuff on both places.
Yep, yep,
And that'll help you to get your watch time up,
yep. Hmm.
because you got to get people there in order to get the watch time in,
Yeah,
obviously.
that's true.
And we're all busy working. We're all, we have things that we do
Hmm.
besides work and family and everything else. Unfortunately, you just can't get the stuff out. And
Right.
like us here, the sun did come out a little bit about an hour ago, and then it covered right back up again.
Yeah, it's
Cloud
starting
cover.
to cloud up a bit here. So probably right after this, I'm going to finish editing that RoboMaster video that I did,
Uh-huh.
where I'm doing a review on this little gadget, the little controller that I got. Not really too hip on it because uh, I can't really. It's hard to turn it when you're going straight and you want to turn it
Yeah.
right or left because you got to hold down this this thing and push the controller, this this thing here, and and when you do that, it's affecting the turret going up and down. I'm like, oh, well, that's where the camera is, and I want to keep the camera kind of at a at the same spot. Yeah, good idea, Bill. I'd like to do that, but I'm still trying to figure out how to live stream with it. I think the problem is you can't do it if you're getting the Wi-Fi signal from your device. You can't get it from your phone out to the internet. So, unless there's a way to do it around that, because
Can your camera broadcast Wi-Fi?
yeah, the camera, I have an SJ cam that's got Wi-Fi on, so I get linked up to that. But in order to use Streamlabs, I need Wi-Fi to link up to the internet, and it just won't let me do that.
Oh. What about if you were to bring your drone up in the air, hover it, and just let it hold there, and then you do what you do and have the drone film you?
You know what? Might be that might be an idea. Now Lloyd was telling me if I use the airtime on my phone, might be able to do it that way. But you'd still need to get Wi-Fi, wouldn't you, to get
Well,
this?
from your phone, you'd go over either connecting to your a router, wireless network, or using your cellular data. So that's
Yeah, that yeah.
and then your rover master would be going off, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I could do that, then I could get to work. Now, if I get live stream with the Mavic Air, because that's because you're hardwired into the controller from your phone. You're not using Wi-Fi,
Oh, that's right.
and I get use the phone as the DV and get the signal Wi-Fi back to wherever I get a Wi-Fi signal and go online that way. So
Bill, are you still coming down with everything being shut down? I was going to text you today after Disney shut down
yeah,
and Universal shut down
wow.
and everybody shut down.
Well, the mayor of Denver has ordered all bars and restaurants closed.
Well, that's like New York. But you know what's really funny? It's only certain types of bars and certain restaurants closed. In New York.
Right,
And it's like what is the defining point? And what
right,
it was is if you have booths, they have to be 6 feet apart. So
right.
and no, what was it? No more than 4 or 6 people in a table.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, so I'm wondering if maybe the comedy clubs in Denver could stay
I'm sure.
open.
Well, I know for here it's no more than 50 people.
Oh,
Any collection
oh
of
boy.
50 people or more, quashed.
Yeah, because the comedy works in Denver, I think the max is 200 or 250. But they get small crowds. They could probably, if it's 50 and under.
But then they couldn't operate. The
Yeah,
profitability for staying open and having the lights on and having employees
yeah,
wouldn't offset that few of people.
yeah. Hmm.
But one thing it would do is if they did, where people could go to get some comedy and a good laughs, yeah, they may not make a profit, but one thing, they'll get people to come back more and more and more, and maybe more people will come in just a smaller amounts.
That's right. That's right. And I heard that Tim Allen is coming to town, so I'd
Who?
really like to see him.
Tim Allen?
Yeah,
Oh, you lucky dog, you.
yep. And Jeff Dunham's going to be here as well. So let me. Okay.
Well, good morning, Rick.
Oh, he'll be at the Belco Theater May 15th. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll do that. I wonder how much the tickets are though. Bet they'll be pricey.
There you go, 10 toes. I think you need 10 Allen and Jeff Durham live stream.
Yeah, there you go.
As Art gets pitched out the door for broadcasting it live.
Oh,
Oh,
sadly, July 11th, Bill Maher is going to be here.
oh, did you? I watched his show just to watch part of it the other day.
Yeah,
There's no audience. The only people that were in the audience were a few people of their set people, and of course there are three guests. And then the one guest was supposed to come in. It was a satellite link up for his guest. It
right.
was like what a dud of a show.
Yeah. Okay, so May 15th. Oh, tickets are $200.
How much?
Yep. And maybe that's all that's left. Yikes. That is. I remember I met him at the comedy club here in Denver. And this was back when I was still doing stand up comedy. And I happened to be in town and heard that he was playing there.
Uh-huh.
And so I went in there and I sat in the back of the club while the other acts were still performing. And Tim Allen was there, so I got a chance to talk with him briefly. And it's funny. I mean, we're both from Denver, and then we lived in Michigan at almost the same time.
Hmm.
He went to Birmingham Seaholm High School, and I went to Royal Oak Kimball High School, and we were only a few miles apart from each other. But he's 7 years older than me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if our comedy club that we have over here in Irvine is even open now.
yeah. Rick Halber, welcome. And then there's Drizzle Syrup. Okay. And I don't understand that. Say Ronald Reagan back.
I don't know. I popped off the second time it got posted.
Yeah,
When stuff comes up like that and you only have two subscribers on the channel.
yeah. Let's see. Who's got a. You know what? Okay, just about. Okay. Then there's one left. FPB was in early. All right. So we got a lot of moderators in here. That's good. Take care of the riffraff. Okay, cool. So, And that's what's going on. Going to take it easy here. Probably later this week, I'll be busy editing, and maybe I'll do another live stream during the day like this
Uh-huh.
later this week.
And yeah, get out here and get some posted time in there.
Yeah. Hmm.
Where is
Okay, drizzle syrup. Steve says Ronald Reagan backwards.
good job, Hugh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the excuse me. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of places are starting to close down, and it's a
Hmm.
shame.
Yep.
The ones I feel sorry for are the small businesses.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. I
You
mean,
know,
this is
the
going.
bigger companies and corporations can take a little bit of it for a short period of time, but
Hmm.
small independent people are just going to hit them.
Oh, great. I got my little fish finder all charged up.
Of
And
course,
yeah, this is it's like a sonar.
right.
It's called a deeper type. And what it is, it has a place where you could screw an eyelet on the top and on the side, and then there's another one. This one's for if you're in a river.
Hmm.
It has, and then that way the signal goes down below, and it gives you water temperature, and it'll show you where the fish are.
Is it wireless or is it
Yeah,
fixed?
it is Wi-Fi, and
Wow.
there's an app you can put on your phone or on a tablet. And I have it on a tablet, and I haven't used it in a long time. And I thought uh, this time of year would be a good time to use it because then I could uh, get the water temperature and see if how productive that area is going to be for fishing.
That was cool. The last portable one I had was a unit that was about, I don't know, about this big,
Yep.
and it folded down, and then the
Right.
screen would open up, and then the your line would go over, and I'd put them on the edge of my boat and put it over
Right.
the edge on a suction cup.
Right. Was that a? I'm trying to think. Oh, a hummingbird.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep. Yeah. And that one, and then there's Loran is the other brand.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Tomas. The update is
Oh yeah.
it's a total loss.
Oh
The
darn.
cost, the initial cost of the repairs is $1,000 underneath the value of the boat.
Oh
So, and that meaning they would have to pull the outdrive off, pull the engine out, take everything out, and then find out where actually the water is coming in from, and to find out how much damage occurred to the engine. If it was an
no.
engine, long block would be almost about $8,000 just for the long block alone.
Oh boy. Yikes. Yikes. Mm.
So yeah, got notification actually last week. Last week, I
Uh,
ran down to our local AAA because with my membership, I can get stuff notarized for free. So
oh
I
cool.
I took the paperwork down that they want to have notarized of a statement of saying what I found, when I found it, and
Hmm.
that aspect. So now I'm waiting for a follow up email.
Right.
I don't know how they do it. Well, the insurance company will pay me out, but then they work with another company that will take possession of the boat, and whether they do anything with it or salvage it or auction it off, that's up
Right.
to them. And
Right.
all I can say is they better be working fairly quickly because the storage charges
Yeah.
are really mounting up because they've got right now they've got almost $3,800 in storage charges on the
Oh,
boat.
yikes. Wow. Wow. So, are you gonna go out and get another boat, or are you gonna just say, I'm done with that?
For right now, I'm just gonna I'm done with that, and with everything going on right now with family matters with my mom,
That's true.
and just so busy at work, I just don't have the time to get down there
Right.
and use it. So I figure this will give me a chance to take a look and
Hmm.
decide if I want to get something to put back in the water or
Right.
go with a trailer boat.
There you go. Yeah, that's what my friend Rick Enstrom has. He's got a bass boat, and right now it's at his ranch in southeast Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
and there are a bunch of lakes around there that hopefully this spring I'll get a chance to go out on one of those lakes with him.
Yeah, bass boats are not cheap.
Yeah. Well, he used to be a professional fisherman,
Oh, okay.
where he'd go to these tournaments and win some money.
Hmm.
I think his was walleye was his specialty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Logan, mine, it was a Monterey Express cruiser, what they call a 276 Express cruiser. They figured it a 27-foot boat, but because it has a pulpit on the front,
Right.
where your winch and everything would go through the roller on the pulpit in order to go down. It was 29 feet from tip to stern.
Uh-huh.
It was it was a fun recreational boat for the ocean for sure.
Yeah. That's
It cruised around really nice, and for us, we where I live in Dana Point, we have a really nice harbor,
right.
and even from the furthest point, it's only 15 minutes, not even 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes
Right.
to open water.
Wow.
So from here to go to Newport Beach for us, up to Newport Harbor, which we would take and go up there and go have lunch up there. And
Right.
several restaurants, when you make your reservation,
Hmm.
you make reservation for your boat, and they lock off dock space for you for coming in with your boat
Oh,
in,
wonderful.
in the summertime.
Hmm. Okay, cool. Is uh is the Spruce Goose still at Long Beach? Or
Yeah.
where did they move it to?
I don't know, Art.
Yeah.
The building was empty, and then they converted it into another attraction for a short period of time years ago, and I really haven't followed it. And it had to do with the company that runs everything for the Queen Mary and everything.
Yeah, that was the
You
other
know?
thing I was going to ask about. Queen Mary's still there?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
they do a lot of special events like on Halloween because of the haunting of down in the propeller shaft. Because if you go down all the stairs and you get down there, there's a glass panel that lets you look down to the props
Oh.
that's underneath there. But it was always known as being haunted. We spent a night on the boat one time, but never saw anything.
Now, what was the name of the ship that sank at Hong Kong?
I'm sorry.
What was the name of the liner that sank in Hong Kong? Was that the Queen Elizabeth II?
How long ago are you talking
Oh
about?
God, that sank back in the 70s. I'm thinking it.
It may have been one or
Yeah, I
two.
think it finally got scrapped, but for a while there, it was a tourist attraction, and they filmed, I think, a James Bond movie there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, Oh, I'll look it up. Ocean.
I know they do a lot of other special stuff on the Queen Mary. They have all kinds of special events there, and then they have a Sunday brunch there every day,
Right.
which is unbelievable.
Yes, it was the Queen Elizabeth.
Two,
It just says Queen Elizabeth.
probably the original.
Yeah. And let's see. Okay. And yeah, that was the QE1. Yeah. Saints in Hong Kong, 72.
Yeah,
Yep.
good memory.
Fire broke out and it started listening to one side and it kind of rolled over on its side. And, yep. And I think that's what happened with the Normandy in New York Harbor back during the early days of World War II when they were converting it to a troop ship.
Uh huh.
Yep.
Yeah, as I say, they do a lot of special events there
Hmm.
because right across the way from where the Queen Mary is there in Long Beach is also the transportation line that goes between the mainland and Catalina Island.
Oh, okay.
And then the heliport that flies to Catalina is right next to it there. And then there's the big parking lot, and then there's the big dome where the Spruce
Right.
Goose used to be in. So
Uh huh. And then there's the SS America. That's at Philadelphia there.
mhm.
And that's abandoned. It's just sitting there at the dock there, not far from Battleship New Jersey.
Yeah, isn't that the one that Ken Dono and Billy Kyle flew over in when Ken went to go visit? Is it
It
sitting
could
in a
be. I
dock
know Mikey. He's flown it a few times.
there?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because I know they more or less moved any older ships and abandoned ships out of the Los Angeles um, harbor and Long Beach harbor.
Right.
There's really nothing there anymore, except well, the Queen Mary. It's in its own breakwater fenced-in compound right there.
Right. Okay. The Spruce Goose. Okay. Let's find out where it is. Oh, it's in McMinnville, Oregon.
What is
The Spruce Goose.
the QE2 or three?
Spruce Goose.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I know it sounds like QE2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they came out with the QE3, and that's the one, the newest one, right? Is
Right.
it? It has an observatory on it. Now, what I want to do is how in the world and God's earth are they keeping them? Bless you,
Excuse me.
bless
Oh,
you.
got COVID.
How do they keep a telescope from not moving when the boat's moving all over the place?
Well, maybe it's on a gimbal or something.
Oh yeah, it is. I'm sure it's on a gyro.
Yeah.
Oh, Hugh, one upside to the pandemic, I might lose some weight. The place I go for visual appointments through Skype. Yeah, they're starting to do that on a lot of doctors now. In fact, the health medical group that I belong to, they tell you first call to the doctor's office.
Right.
and then they kind of screen you, and then if so, they'll do a virtual, you know, a virtual checkup with you
Right.
with one of the nurses at first, and then they'll bring a doctor in if necessary. I want to know how you're going to get your massage virtually, though.
Yeah.
Steve.
Well, funny enough, we have a place in Boulder, Colorado that does virtual colonoscopies.
What?
Yeah, it's an EBT scanner.
Really?
Yep.
I know there's that capsule you can swallow that's got the camera.
Well, this is kind of like an MRI,
Mm-hmm.
and but it's a little different. I had one done for a heart scan. This is like several years ago, because I think I was in my late 40s, and I wanted to find out how my heart was looking. They said, "Boy, everything looked great, no calcification, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, you look good." But I'd like to schedule to get a heart lung scan to see how everything's doing up there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah, they do like a abdomen scan if you want to scan like your whole body, to make sure that everything looks good. And with the virtual colonoscopy, they just go in and it's kind of like a CAT scan or an MRI, and it's non-invasive. So that's the upside to that.
Well, I know that one with, I forget what they call it, but it's a capsule you swallow.
Yeah.
It's got the camera in there, so
Yep.
you flush yourself out like you normally would with
Right.
for a regular colonoscopy, and then you swallow the camera, and
Yeah, it goes through your stomach, and then it just goes
then
through
you
your
capture
colon.
capture it in a strainer and
Yeah.
ship it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Bill. Did they find that you'll be virtually in good health?
Yeah.
Hey,
Uh,
Bill, I asked a question, but I think you stepped away. Are you canceling your trip with all the places being closed now?
I like this one. You've got the healthiest rectum seen this week.
Oh, that's funny.
Uh, oh, you're like Steve Mack. I'm virtually healthy. Gerald Farms. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hello, Gerald Farms.
Yeah. He was a guest on Artco a couple weeks ago, talking
Yes.
about his how a drone killed one of his cows. Yep. So now it looks like we might have to cancel our assemblies here in Colorado because you can't have any groups of more than 250. Oh, and then what we were going to have at our county assembly was at Colorado School of Mines. They canceled on us.
Really?
So now I think we're looking for another facility to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Congressional Assembly, that's still going to be at the county fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the state assembly, I think, that'll be at the Bank One uh, auditorium.
Yeah, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is you were saying about the other group is what about I got to talk with Ron Lockwood now with the big change of plans of what may happen.
Oh,
About the gathering of the guys coming in. And then Kelly was talking about, for spin up, looking in Colorado, because I
right.
guess him and Ed were there.
Yep.
And when they went to visit Sean, they had supposedly found a place in Denver.
Oh, in Denver? Oh, okay, cool.
Well, I guess outside of the main city area, but
I
close
think
to
they
it.
were talking about up in Dillon, up where Sean lives.
Oh, yeah. Flying into
Yeah,
Denver and then getting
yeah.
up.
Hmm. All right, Steve Mack, thanks for stopping by, and you have a good rest of the day. Yeah, that'd be great if they have it here. It'll save me a ton of money. All I have to do is just buy the ticket, and I could just drive up there and come back.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yep. But yeah, and I think Ron and I think we're still doing our thing in August, and so we'll have a lot of people there. Kelly was thinking about doing spin up, and that'll be in September, so everybody could go see the fall colors up in the mountains there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully things will be cleared up by then.
Oh yeah. Brett Nunley, welcome to the show.
Hello, Brent. How are you?
Yeah, last I looked, we were up to 14. Now it's 9. Keeps bouncing around.
Well, people coming in and out working.
Yeah,
Those that work in areas that they can still work.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just glad there's not a run on laxatives.
Give it time.
Yeah,
Give it time. There will be, and could be.
yeah. Hmm.
There's a run on everything else. It seems like.
I go around saying, I'm clean. Uh huh. I'm charming clean. Uh huh.
That's for sure, Gerald. There's no, as the old saying goes, there's no rest for the wicked.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hmm.
Farmers never rest. 10 toes, that's what all the TP's for.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's called laxative of the mouth instead
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
that was a fun show yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, it was.
Fun show.
Uh, and which one was that? Was it Mel's show or was it
Oh,
Mitch's?
your show, Art's Place.
Oh, yes, yes, that show. Yes. Keep- that was a fun show. Covered a lot of stuff, and I guess the market took a tumble this morning. It was down 2,000 points.
They stopped trading for a bit.
Oh, boy.
What is it now? See what it's at now. Cha-ching! It's down 2,061 points right now.
Wow. So it's hovering around 20,000, huh?
Yeah, right now it's 21,124.
Okay. Okay.
But they were predicting that yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because,
it's been bouncing around. I guess the other day it was up 2,000.
yeah,
It was like the largest upswing in
in history.
history. Yeah. Yep. Cow prices are down. Yep.
We thank AOC for that.
Oh boy.
But maybe we can get a good line of that she can come out and fertilizer sales will go up with her being there.
There we go. Well, let's see. We're almost at min 30, so maybe we'll shut her down in about 5 minutes, and then I could go make some lunch and get back and finish up that video, get that uploaded, and I'm charging my battery for the RoboMaster. I want to see how well it does with geese because I got the Ken Heron eyes on it. I
Uh-huh.
want to see how well they work. If I see a bunch of geese that are roaming around and kind of sneak up on them, and then fire the laser, see if they'll start going, pecking at it. But then I might get a ticket for harassing the animals.
I was just going to say, watch out. PETA will be out there. Someone from PETA will be chasing
Well,
you.
cops, I could get a ticket for harassing wildlife. You
Yeah,
know,
you're well, we call it here fish and game, which
yeah,
covers all aspects here in California.
yeah,
They'll come out of there because I know a lot of states they have way overreaching uh, boundaries of
right.
what they do,
Wow.
and especially not being hunting season.
Yeah.
Saying
Well,
I was trying to take him out with my laser.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, the dumb thing about it is people here, they feed these birds. I mean, the ducks and the geese, and they poop all over the place. And it's like, if people would stop doing that, then that would make the fishing experience a lot more pleasant. But fortunately for me, it hasn't been a real issue.
Well, that's good to hear, and it is. You're defeating the purpose of keeping the healthiness of the animals
Right.
when you're feeding them store bought food and
Yeah,
they're not
you're
hurting
giving
off the
them
wildlife.
bread, which is pure carbohydrates, and that's not good for them. They need to eat fish and aquatic uh,
Vegetation.
vegetation to keep them healthy. Healthy. Otherwise, they just get fat and fat and fat, and then that's not good for them.
No, not healthy.
Yeah.
Not healthy at all. Hey Bill, I you never did answer the question. If you're still here on Coast to Coast, are you still coming south? Maybe he's not on anymore.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a while.
Well, I know he has to go back and forth between his stuff and their duties were there at the home. So
Right. Mhm. And so, yeah, earlier in the show, we had Vidar from Norway was in the chat. So we had some people from Europe. In,
oh,
oh, well, and Tomas from Ireland.
no trip is canceled. I figured as much. So yeah, when I heard Disney closed down and Universal closed down, I was going to text you over the weekend. And then I thought it slipped my mind, and I was going to be doing it actually right before Art came on. I was going to text you to say, "Hey, have plans changed?"
Well, Greg Cooner canceled his trip to the Philippines.
I heard that.
Yeah. So, and So a lot of those countries in Asia, they're all on lockdown and nothing's moving in or out. So I'm hoping I get reschedule my trip to Florida to May. I sent a thing to Frontier Airlines before the show to say, hey, let's make this happen, because Friday is when I canceled. I emailed them and told them, hey, I'm not coming with all this stuff going on. And I think they'll work something out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the ones that are taking the big hit right now, right away, and I saw on the news last night, is obviously the cruise lines. They're taking a huge hit. There's only a couple of lines, and then the government stepped in and told them, going, no more.
Mm-hmm.
So even the smaller lines shut down. But I heard that United by midweek will be shutting down 50% of their flights.
Wow.
Possibly by no later than Friday.
Wow.
And obviously, if they're going to be doing so, well, the other airlines will be doing the same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I got a return email from Frontier saying, we'll be in touch with you. Don't send us another. That'll just delay everything
Yeah.
because of the volume they've been getting. So I go, okay. So
Bill, speaking of Everest, did you and Art, did you hear that they shut down Mount Everest and all the climbs going up there?
oh wow, no.
They shut down all the tourism and the climbing teams to go in up there.
Wow. Yeah. What's really weird about that is there's still bodies up there.
A
People
lot.
who died and these hikers, and they're walking right by them. And
Well, unfortunately, you'll end up. You have a greater chance of ending up dead yourself trying to rescue the bodies to get them down.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when that documentary by the Discovery Channel, I
Right.
don't know the preface behind that. They were actually going to film a guy that was going to be flying a high altitude, a special built high altitude drone that would set the world's record for a drone flying in height. They had gone there to film him, and that's when that avalanche occurred, and they happened to have been there filming and getting ready to shoot and practice. Otherwise, that was just by fluke, because they were there to film this guy that was going to film this
Wow.
high altitude flying drones, because they wanted to catch a film, a climber that was going to climb to the summit and then go on one of those parasailing suits, like a wing
Yeah.
bodysuits,
Yeah.
and film him coming down.
Wow. I
And
don't know
so,
about jumping up there because there's not a whole lot of. I don't know because it's not as dense up. Or
yeah.
would it be? Yeah, you probably fall pretty quick because there's just not enough.
Well,
air.
you'd get some air in a rise as
Oh yeah, that's
air
true.
is rising up the mountain, to it. You'll get some of that lift, but like you're saying, regular lift for like an aircraft or like
Yeah.
drone. I'm wondering what kind of drone, because they never showed it.
Yeah.
That would have to have some massive propellers on,
Yeah.
on
Yeah, that's true because there's not a whole lot of air to grab onto to get the propulsion to.
for lift,
Yep.
because the density of the air is like almost non-existent.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really interesting. I read a story about that from the Discovery Channel and did a little bit more research on it.
Right.
Yeah, it says they were there to film this guy that was going to put a drone in the air for a gentleman that was going to try to fly off the top of Mount Everest.
Wow.
and they were there to test the drone ahead of time before the climber was going to go, obviously. And then,
Then the avalanche.
lo and behold, the avalanche came, and
Wow.
they were there, and that's how we got all that spectacular footage.
Right. Wow, that's amazing. Hmm. Uh,
Tragic.
Speaking of Discovery, do you watch Star Trek Discovery?
No, somebody was who was telling me about it just the other day. I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it's on CBS All Access.
Uh-huh.
So if you have like Roku or one of those other live streaming, you could get it.
I just bought a Fire Stick, Amazon Fire
Okay,
Stick.
you could probably get it, and it's only $5 a month.
Uh-huh.
You get all the CBS programming on it. If you want to watch some old shows like back in the 60s and 70s, you
Mhm.
can watch it through that. They have classic TV and all that stuff. But I've been watching Fire Stick.
Fire Stick.
I've been watching Star Trek Picard, and I'm hooked on that. And then
I
that
love
caught me to kind of catch up on Discovery. I didn't really care for the first season, but the second season is pretty good.
I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I'm gonna get this set up because I don't know if you follow Jay Malone. He's a photographer, and then he also has a barbecue channel,
Uh,
a little smaller channel.
yeah.
But he started on Facebook a discount thing of
Oh,
online stuff through Amazon and other stuff, and he posts all these posts every single day. These things were only $23 for the Amazon Fire Stick.
wow, nice.
Yeah. So I said, hey, I'm going to give it a shot and see what
There
happens.
you go. Yeah, I got the Roku a couple years ago, and for a while there, I hadn't been watching anything because I do a lot of stuff on YouTube, and it's a lot easier to do it through the computer. I could get YouTube on the Roku. It's just that if I want to watch something, then I have to go through the menu, and I'd have to. It's just so hard to type out the name of the program you want to watch, and it's like and you got to do that with your remote control. And I go, we're here. I got all of my YouTube stuff and all my favorites, and boom, 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 right there.
Yeah. In fact, what I did is for our family room, I wanted to build a media center.
Right.
Have a computer in there, and I was going to build it. I kept on looking, procrastinating, and then all of a sudden, B&H Video threw on sale the mini workstations for HP,
Oh,
and it comes with a 512 yeah, 512 gigabyte solid state drive,
well.
4 display ports,
Oh, nice.
4K output through it, and then it was only I got the computer plus an additional 2 terabyte drive for $479.
Wow.
And it's only this big,
Yeah.
square, and that thick. And then the only thing I bought extra for it was a wireless mouse and keyboard. So
Right.
I could sit at the couch and just type what I wanted
Right. There
searching
you go.
for.
Well, if you go on YouTube, it shows you how to repurpose your old computers and make it into a media center.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to do with this old computer that I found in the trash,
Mhm.
and I have an extra hard drive. Throw that on there and install Kodi on there,
Mhm.
and I get all the live streaming stuff. And but I gotta get a video card for it that has HDMI, and then I can plug it right into the TV.
That's a nice thing with this. It has all the video display port outputs because it's designed for somebody using at a business station, And they had higher models with faster
Right.
processors, obviously, and more memory, but it came with um, eight gig of RAM, and like I say, it was a i7 processor on board it.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
I mean, it's a nice unit, and like if you take a regular magazine,
Right.
it's the length square, but it's only that thick. So you're not taking up like a big tower or a mid
Yeah.
tower or something
Hmm.
like that. And cool, it's like unbelievable because I have it in a closed cabinet underneath an entertainment center,
Oh, okay. There you go.
and it doesn't even heat up in the inside.
Uh, well, Steve, you could have saved yourself a lot of money. You could have got a Raspberry Pi 4
Yeah,
with the keyboard and all the stuff. $130.
yeah.
And it would do the same thing. I'm thinking I might do that for my sister because she's got a computer and that thing is slow. And I think with the Raspberry Pi, that would probably help her out. And I think I could hook up a wireless to it, and then she'd have a faster computer.
That's true, but I wanted enough space on there so I can store my movies and everything else and
Well, you
download
could put
stuff.
a 32 gig SD card in it.
Well, now I'm talking terabytes of movies.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking all my Blu-ray stuff,
Oh,
turn them in as ISO, and put them on there, and then
oh,
I
there you go.
watch them
Oh, hey, that's an idea.
because you can just get the viewer that'll read the ISO files,
Uh,
and it keeps it all contained, so you get all the additional media and everything,
huh,
and it'll read it right straight through.
huh. You know what? I do have another computer. Maybe that's what I might do with that. I might yeah, put
Put
some
a bunch of
bigger
hard
hard drives in it, and because I've got a whole bunch of DVD movies that I could turn into ISO and do what you just said, and then that
yeah.
way, instead of plopping that and sticking a DVD in, I could just go and through the menu and go boop, and there it is.
Yeah,
Ah,
and especially with the built-in video card that's in it. I'm trying to remember the model number it is. It's an Intel, but it plays phenomenal 4K output, and
mhm,
that's where I kept on telling Jim Boyd of Above and Beyond Drones when he filmed that, did that redo of his footage after him and Matt North. He was on Matt
right.
North's podcast, and Matt was telling Jim what to do in order to render the video to let Power Director render it for him
Ah,
under custom and let it pick it. Well, he had that video posted up there. Well, then he rendered it where now it was coming out at over 100 megabits per second. Unbelievable watching the difference. And so when he put that up, I watched it on my dual screens that I have here that are just 1080,
right.
my work computer, and I'm going, oh my gosh, and I'm watching it, and I could actually see the twists in the steel cable lines on the new power lines that they ran.
Mm,
I went into the family room and fired up that computer, and it was like, holy crap. It was like looking at a photograph up there, how
mhm,
clear it was once it rendered.
yep. Yep.
Oh, another news conference, huh, Jody?
Oh, okay. And oh, night train's here. Good.
Yeah, hello, Night Train.
All right. We're back up to 10. Okay. Well, we'll let it run for a few more minutes, then we'll shut this bad boy down, and I'll go make lunch, and I'll come back in and get that video out. It looks like the sun is trying to come back out, and so tomorrow, get up early, well, thank you, Hugh. Glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming in. and do some fishing and drone flying tomorrow.
I'm reading what Bill said. Oh, I'm stuck at home, but I'm at least 6 feet away from anyone in my backyard. Little Lance type in, and I'm flying. Good for you.
And yeah, so yeah, if you guys could help me out, just play the live stream playlist. Just let it run. Turn the sound down or off, and just let it run all day, and that'll help build my watch time up. All right.
That's for sure.
Mhm. All righty, so let's shut this bad boy down. We got an hour and 46 minutes, and I want to thank everybody for jumping into this special show, the COVID-19 shut-in special. Uh, so I'll probably do another midday show later this week. So thank you, everybody. Steve, thanks for coming in. And everybody, you have a great rest of the week, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you, Art. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye bye.